YouTubers, and welcome to another pickups video. In today's video we got, I'm gonna say, one of the best pickups so far to date as far as my pickups video go. Now, let's get going to some pickups. We got a good variety of stuff today for pickups. Mostly games, but we have varieties here, so let's get going. So, well, before we go, I'm gonna say this. I have saved the best pickups for last. So at the end of the pickup, you will see the best. So, let's get going to some amazing pickups today. First thing picked up this week is Resident Evil 2 for the PS1. You've heard I've said before, Resident Evil is one of my favorite horror games and horror movies. It's complete, it's got both discs. I really love Resident Evil. I've got the Resident Evil Essential box set. I'm looking to get the entire Resident Evil collection, both movie-wise and game-wise. Here's something else that Resident Evil-wise I also picked up is Resident Evil Outbreaks. Now, this one also complete. I already have Outbreaks in the Essential box because that's the Essential box version. This is the regular version. Now, both of the Resident Evil games, I picked up both of them together. I happened to walk into a store. I saw these sitting there for a really low price. The guy usually sells random video games here or there, but he probably thought because they're Resident Evil not so popular, so he priced them low. So I had to pick them up knowing I'm a Resident Evil fan. Now, the second thing we picked up is Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Now this game is not fully complete. It's missing the manual, but that's okay. I didn't even pay much for this. Let's just say this. I only paid for what the disc is worth. Got the case for free because it was missing a manual, so I thought, why not? Let's pay that. I don't think this is a really good Mortal Kombat game in my opinion. It's just because I like Mortal Kombat and I like fighting games. I thought, hey, I've actually never really fully played this game. I've only played it maybe like 2 or 3 times max. Not my favorite. But hey, I like Mortal Kombat, I like fighting games, why not? I'll pick it up. Next is a movie. Some of you might know it, some of you might not. And that is a special collector's 2-disc edition of Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Like I said in my previous top 5 games, I love the Final Fantasy series. It's one of my top 5 favorite games. I love Final Fantasy VII. This is a continuing story of Final Fantasy VII. Really love it. I knew that they made a movie about it. I happened to see this in a random store that sells DVDs and VHS. Picked it up. They didn't even know that this was based off a game. When I went up and told them, you know this is based off a game, they said no. They didn't even know what Final Fantasy was. They just put it as the price of regular DVDs. Knowing this is a pretty uncommon DVD, and the price ain't what a DVD's worth, so I had to pick it up. Regardless what the price is, I had to pick it up because it's the special double disc version. Next, we have a model kit from Gundam. It's not Gundam Wing or Gundam Seed. It's Generation F SD. Not my favorite, but because I'm a fan of the Gundam franchise, I just had to pick it up. It's open. The guy I bought this from already pre-opened it, yes, but the packaging is still sealed. That's the good thing. That's what was important for me, that the packaging was sealed. Guy says he opened it up just to see what it looked like on the inside, and he used it as a display for his shelf. He said he got rid of a couple of other Gundam models. They're higher end models. I wish I was there. He said he sold them about a couple of months back. Wish I was there because there were some really nice ones, but I happened to snag this one, which is pretty cool. Now, next pickup. It's not a game. It's not a toy. It's more or less the equipment or item, if you will. That is a Commodore VIC-20. Now, you heard in my previous pickups that I got some Commodore VIC games. Well, here it is. Here's my Commodore VIC-20. I can finally play my games on because I have a Commodore Amiga monitor, which apparently works on a VIC, which is good. Now, all I'm missing is an Amiga because I have the Amiga power stand. But hey, I love my Commodores. I'll collect everything Commodore related. This is pretty cool. This, I went into a random electronics store because I was just bored. I saw the sign. It said, we sell old computers. Knowing me, I love my PC, love my computers. So I said, okay, why not? Let's go in. Saw this in the discount bin. Like, literally, this was in a discount bin. Like, they wanted it gone. So I just had to pick it up and take it to a home that deserves to appreciate it. Now, next item on this. The next item that we picked up is a pretty big box. Some of you might be thinking, am I crazy? Am I not? But hey, when you once you see it, maybe you might change your mind. Maybe you might still think I'm crazy. But hey, I got a really good deal on it. I ain't gonna even bother opening it. It's a brand new. And that is a brand new Guitar Hero Aerosmith Limited Edition double guitar set. This never been opened ever. This, I'll actually say this straight up. I loved Guitar Hero when it first came out. Once they started shooting out different gimmicks, different bands left and right so fast in a short time, I got annoyed of it. I hated it. I don't like Guitar Hero, but because it's brand new, I had to pick it up. Now, I'll say this one right now. This, I walked into a thrift store that I normally go to pick up random stuff that I see there. This was behind the showcase. I asked the guys if anybody knew anything about it. Nobody knew anything about it. The guy who priced this had no idea what this was. So I just picked it up because it was brand new. Why not? I'll have it nice display either here, or I could display this in my shop because I don't really intend on selling this one. This is more of a display piece because how often do you come across limited edition box set Guitar Heroes still brand new? Now, time for the big and the best that I picked up this week. I picked up a bunch of NES games and one random Famicom game. These are some great games you normally wouldn't expect to see out in the wild. You would expect to see these in video game stores, yes. You would expect to see these in pawn shops that deal with video games, or thrift store that have a video game section. But you wouldn't expect to see this out in a random wild where you don't expect to sell video games or anything in that kind of fashion. But I happened to pick them up. First game in this pile is the 21-in-1 Famicom Multi-Car. Not that valuable, not the greatest. It's not even a good quality because the person who decided to make this for the Famicom said TV game cartridge. Because he probably didn't hey, it's not an NES. It's Japanese. I don't know what it's called. So we'll just call it a TV game cartridge. But it is for the Famicom. So you get 21 random games. I don't even know what games are here. 63-4 Sword, LRG, Mario DPZ, Tele Kickoff, FI Race FO, Blocks, The Lucky Boy, 634 Sword Hazard, Super Brothers, F1. Okay, I know the F1 Racing. That's the normal one. Squad GBY, Mario Food, Tennis, Tetris, Blocks. There's a bunch of random games on here I've never heard of, so I had to pick it up because, hell, they're weird games on here. I want to see what they are. Maybe they're Japanese exclusive, maybe they're homebrews, but they're meant for the Famicom, so I'll try this out, and I'll probably make a video on this because some of you out there might think, what the fuck was I just reading? I can probably think some of you might want to know. So I might do a video on this probably in like 3-4 weeks when I get around to play it. Next, we'll go on to, now it's on to the NES lot that I picked up, and I picked them up just today before doing the video. Let's grab the whole lot. This is how many games were in the lot, and they came with the sleeves. And all of these, plus the Famicom, came from a store that you never expect to sell video games. Like, I just happened to walk into the store because I normally walk into that store because I see once in a while they bring toys and stuff, and then once in a randomly but mainly they're antiques. It's an antique store that randomly brings old toys, and you know me, I love my old toys. And then this is the first time I saw they had games there. The guy had no idea what he had. Didn't even know what they were. All he said was, I think they're old games. That's it. Gave me one price for the entire lot. I picked it up with the Famicom. So, and they also came with the sleeves. 2 Nintendo sleeves and 2 standard sleeves. So let's get going on to the games. The first game in that lot that I picked up is Super Mario Bros. 2. Sure, it might be a common game, but now a lot of people want this over Super Mario Bros. 3. If you go back 2 years, just 2 years, not even longer, 2 years back, everybody wanted their Super Mario Bros. 3 so bad. Everybody was killing each other to find Super Mario Bros. 3. Now, everybody wants Super Mario Bros. 2 because apparently a lot of people are starting to learn the story of Super Mario Bros. 2, and now the game's going up in price. For a common game, it's like Contra. Contra's a common game, but now the price is going up and it's becoming hard to find. So this, you can say uncommon in the Mario world, but as far as games, no. But the price is getting pricey on this. So that's a good thing. I picked it up for cheap. Next, we've got Wrecking Crew, Mario's first ever game on the NES. Some of you might not even know this. That right there is Mario. This was not a good game. It was not a great game at all when it came out. Did not sell well. Because of that, a lot of people were waiting for a Mario Brothers remake from the Atari 2600 version. They gave it to us. About 2 years after the system, they gave us Super Mario Brothers, and then a couple months later, Super Mario Brothers, and this, gone into the back room of Nintendo to never be touched again till collecting came out in the early 2000s. This game is now an uncommon game, and it's going up in price, so great to see this was in the lot. Me personally, I actually like this game. I actually played this game on my phone, but now that I got this copy, I can actually enjoy it now. Next game on this list, it's an uncommon game that a lot of collectors like. Players, maybe, but it's more of a collector's game, and that is Ghosts and Goblins. It's not Ghosts and Ghouls. Ghosts and Ghouls was a better playing game. This is more of a collector piece, and the artwork on it is pretty amazing. Like, look at that. Amazing, beautiful, crisp artwork. That's what I love about this game. This is one of the games that I don't really care about the gameplay itself, more the artwork, because it's so beautiful. When you turn on the menu screen, a beautiful menu screen comes up. I like this one over Ghosts and Ghouls any time of the day, just for the beautiful artwork. And it's an uncommon game, so that's another good thing, though. And this one had a Nintendo sleeve with it, so that's something good. Next, it's a common game everybody knows. Prices going up on it like Contra because of popularity. It's getting hard to find. Even me owning a store, I've only had 2 copies my entire time walk into my store. And that shows how hard it is to find a common-ass game that hundreds and millions of copies are made. And that's Legend of Zelda, the original gold card. This is actually the cleanest cartridge I've ever seen. Ever for a Zelda game. I have one in the shopping box, not the greatest condition. I had a loose one, not the greatest condition. I know another shop within my area that has only seen 4 copies of this game in the past 5 years that they've been open, and that shows how popular this game is. Even though it's common as fuck, you can name games that are harder to find than this. You can name, I can probably name you shits that I've done in my toilet that are much more easier to find than this. That's how it's become now. In the fact that people are collecting these, putting it on their shelf, and now it's getting hard to find. Value's going up. I believe this game. Okay, I'm gonna say this, not from a dealer, from a dealer standpoint, from a video game store owner, no. From a collector standpoint, from a game playing standpoint, this game shouldn't be more than 20 bucks, but this game is going up 40, 50. I've even seen stupid ads on eBay and Amazon for 60 bucks without the map. I understand if you got the map, fine, because the map I've seen them 10, 15 bucks, yes. But this game should be a $20 game, but because of popularity and desirability and shelf space like that, the game's gone up. So, great find. Really good find, knowing that this is not uncommon, but it's getting there. Next game. This is actually a rare game. A lot of people hated the game when it came out because, I'll just give you this. Rob the Robot came in the Rob the Robot set. Kids loved it because it actually sold better than the action set. Rob the Robot had a game called Gyromites. Kids hated it because it was so slow and so difficult to get Rob to do it. Put in control. It was bad. Then Rob would let go after 2 seconds. Oh, you die. Another game comes out. Not a great sell because Rob the Robot already died out in gameplay. Rob the Robot became a shelf toy for kids to put on their shelf or on top of their Nintendo system. And that is the rare Stack 'em Ups. Stack Ups. This is only rare because how many kids did not want this game when it came out? Because how bad Rob failed. It was more of a toy than a video game companion at that point. And right now, a lot of collectors are going after Rob the Robot compatibility games, and accessories for Gyromites and Stack Ups. I don't have the accessories for Stack Ups, but the guy I got it from, I asked him about the accessories. He had no idea. Not a clue. I told him, the person that brought it in, did you see anything inside? He said he had a couple of random kitty toys that were like from like mid-2000s. Other than that, he didn't see any like rings or checkered like chips in there. So I'm assuming the guy who owned this lost the parts. I asked him about Rob the Robot. Rob the Robot, he said there was no robot like in there in the box whatsoever. So I'm guessing the guy lost his Rob, lost his checkered parts, and he just gave these away. So that's actually really cool to find this one. This one, you know what I'm going to do with this? I'm going to have this one firmly displayed right there, dead center. So anytime I'm doing a video, you'll see this straight up there. This is not something I'm going to play with because this is a collector's piece. A valuable, rare collector's piece. You've seen some great pickups this week. Comment in the comment section below. What do you think? What are your thoughts on these amazing and rare pickups? Amazing and great pickups. Comment in the comment section below. What do you like about it? The rare games I've got, the factory sealed Guitar Hero limited edition, the Commodore VIC. All of these are great stuff I picked up. Let me know what are your thoughts on my pickups this week. I'm going to post a question here for all of you before I sign off. Question is, what rare games do you like to find one day? That's question one. A game you don't have in your collection that's rare, hard to find, what would you like to find for your collection? And question two, what's the rarest game you currently own in your video game collection? Two questions. Question one, what rare game would you like to find to fill your video game collection? Question two, what's the rarest game you have in your video game collection currently? Comment in the comment section below your answers. I like to know. I like to hear what my fans gotta say. And now, as always, enjoy life and keep on collecting.